My friend, and all of us together. This is all I'm going to sing from that song. I'm just going to wait for my armies of friends of Channel to start pouring in. But thank you all for joining us on this Thursday night, March 2nd, 2023. Got some fun stuff planned for you guys tonight. And oh, look, Lance Chafin is the first one in. Lance, you're going for the record, huh? You're almost always the first one in. And tonight, number two is Dave Claroni says, hi, guys. John Doe, following close third, says hello. Tom Lemley, rounding out the gang of four, also says hello. So good to see you guys all tonight. And see who else wants to pop in, but that's a very, very good start, considering I'm actually a couple minutes early. Superplex says, good evening. Superplex, good evening to you as well. Oh, and by the way, sound picture quality, based on what you get to work with, everything going okay for you guys? I'd like to think so. Tom Laramie says, I'm sorry. Not Tom Laramie. Tom Hungry Jerk says, can you dig it? Yeah, I got two Toms for the price of one. But yeah, Tom, welcome to the party. So good to see you again. And Lance Chafin says, sound looks good. Oh, the sound looks good. Good. I'll start with that. Hopefully you can hear the picture pretty well. And let's just see what we got going on. Let's see, we got 9 in-house and 2 likes. I think we can get better than that, boys. I think we can. But let's see what we got going on at this time. Lance Chafin says, I've been jamming. You know, it's funny. I call my printer at work Bob Marley because it's always jamming. On the ribbons of Babylon. It was the best I could do on such short notice. Superplex says, everything running A-OK. A-OK is the way. Thank you, Super A. Caroline Maloney says, good evening, everyone, with a really, really cute emoji. Caroline, it's so great to see you. Welcome to the party. Tom, the Hungry Jerk says, saw Soup Nazi at a convention on Sunday. How was the young man? Did he scream no soup for you? That'd be an awesome meme. Danny Staten is in the house. Apparently, his internet is back up. He was having some trouble the other night. And he says, greetings. I have arrived. And I assume that's greetings from South Carolina. He's been putting out some amazing stuff. Do you live in that comic book store, by the way? Because between the great comics you've been showing, Dan, and some really amazing comic related merch, you got some great stuff going on. Guys, if you haven't checked out Danny's stuff lately, check him out ASAP. And Tom Laramie says, you sound good and the picture is great. Can't do much better than that. Yeah, I went hog wild because, as you guys know, last weekend I was guesting on BK on the Air and I couldn't have bad sound. Pat and I had a seminar on how to improve my sound quality because there's no way I could go on BK's show and have good. The Outer Limits just wasn't going to work for his show there. Music, movies, and more with Brian says, how's it going, Thresh? I'm just going to call you Brian for the purposes of this chat, but Brian, it is so good to have you here. Thank you for joining us. You know, guys, if you haven't checked out music, movies, and more with Brian, you got to. He's been putting out some great. He runs the gambit. He does memorial post, rest in peace for celebrities we've lost, but he also does celebrity birthdays. So it's not all somber stuff. And he does some great fun facts about these great celebrities. And it's really some great work. And he's like me. He's done the whole thing himself, by the way. So check out MMM with B. Actually, it'd be MMNM with B. But thank you for having you here. Thank you for having you here. It's nice to have you here. Thank you. The words are all there, just had to get them in the right order. Oh, and Danny's providing us with links. Dan, you are our Lancelot link. Lynn Steven says, we are wearing our shirts again. This is my lucky posting shirt. So, yes, I wear it with all ability, alacrity, synchronicity as often as I can. Zuplex says, T-Pawns, re- when are they opening the restaurant again? I talked to Mr. Ben. He is my employer. He owns the place, and he said in approximately 2 weeks. So not next week, but sometime the one after that, theoretically. I can't wait to see the new back of the house. Oh, Brian says, "LOL." Terrell Eugene Bellinger Teb is in the house. So great to see you, Teb. He says, "Hey Thrash, hey to you, Teb. So good to see you." John Doe says some technical difficulties for some time. Joe, you still having technical difficulties? Very sorry. Hopefully they stabilize. Jim Murdoch is here. Hey, Jim, good to see you again. Greetings from East Harlem, New York City. Greetings to you, by the way. Thank you very much for joining us, Jim. So nice to see you. Gary Carpenter says, I'm here. And it's not a party till you are. So great to see you, Gary. Thank you. And guys, everyone, don't forget to hit the like. And for those of you new guys, if you want to subscribe, I would take it as a personal honor. Jenny's giving us more links. Super. Lance Chafin says, just watch Peter Gabriel Games Without Frontiers. The old music video, that one was trippy. When I was doing some creative video stuff when I was in college, I conceptualized my own video for that, but never got enough assets together to put the whole thing together. But great song, love it. I love it in German too. He put out a German concept album many, many, many years ago. Oh, we have a special treat tonight, guys. Look who is here. Dennis Sama. I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly, Dennis. I want to pronounce it Sama because in Japanese, Sama is sort of top dog. But I'll try to pronounce it right for the benefit of this conversation. Dennis Sama is here. He, for those of you on YouTube, he has his own channel. And not only does he put out some amazing documentaries, he put out one on vampires called Let the Right One In, which is one of the most comprehensive and concise history of vampires in cinema I've ever seen. He even managed to make reference to the Phantom Carriage. Now, that's kind of a big deal. There are probably 6 people on the planet who've heard of that film. 3 of them are probably on this live chat right now. And he actually mentions it in this post. Also, Haxon, this young man has done his homework. He really knows his stuff, but still manages, again, to be very, very concise and punchy without sort of going off the rails like I am right now. He also makes his own short horror films. And I'm not going to give the game away on those just yet because I actually want to do some micro reviews of them for posts. But you guys, you got to check out Dennis Sema's channel. It's the same name. And check out some of his new mini movies and documentaries. One I'm just going to shout out to is check out Tiny Friends. It's a psychological thriller done in 6 minutes and change. How you can do a mini psychological thriller is beyond me because the whole point of them is that they have to unfold so that the psychological horror can kick in. He does it in 6 minutes and it's punchy. And it looks to me like he did the whole thing himself. And I'm so impressed. And again, no dialogue. It's done almost as a silent film with some background sound effects, but no dialogue. You got to check the film out, and we'll discuss it more later. But again, I've gone off the rails. So I'm going to say hello to other people who I have not said hello to. Zublik says, are you looking forward with dealing with the winos again? Oh, we just toss them out. We're an upscale Italian restaurant, at least for Cape Cod. Tom Lemery says, hi, Dave C., Hungry, Brian, Caroline, Danny, Zuper, Terrell, Jim, John D., and Gary. Hedging your bets tonight, aren't you, Tom? Gary Carpenter says, right, a party without me? Yeah, never, never. John Doe says, it lags and then I have to catch up, which slows everything down. If anyone else is experiencing that, let me know. But a lot of people saying hello to our new guest, Mr. Dennis, who I hope has subscribed, at least hit the like button. Sean Ennis says, hey, folks, Sean, so great to see you, man. It's always great having you with us. Thanks for joining us. Alex is here from House of Alex. Alex, so great to see you. Oh, God, it must be wicked, wicked late where you are. Well, very glad you could join us and mind the gap. No, you're not from London. That joke doesn't land. I'll have to come up with more relevant UK humor for you. Let's see what else we got. A lot of people saying hello, hello, how are you? Gary Carver says, what movie is that, Thrasher? I assume you mean the specific one, the Phantom Carriage. That is conceivably, it's my understanding, it is the first horror anthology film. It was a silent film from Scandinavia. And what it did was rather than take one coherent beginning, middle, end, it had four, I believe it was four, three or four micro stories that are only marginally connected. And the framing device being this phantom carriage, which is effectively a hearse. And it basically was the template for all those horror anthology films you've seen since, like all the Amicus stuff or the old horror TV show Dark Room. There are many, many, many others. But anytime you see a horror movie, like Tales from the Crypt, the movie, where instead of one story arc, there's several, and you get some creepy guy or thing going hey, in between. But that is, as they say, that. I hope that answered your question properly. Skipping down. Oh, Alex has just subbed to Dennis Sema. Great shout out by Thrash. Well, I do what I can. John Collins is in the house. And John Collins says nothing. I just swiped him off the page. I'm sorry. Johnny, there you are. Hi, Bob. Thank you for our chat today. Hello, everyone else. I feel so good because I've spent time today dramatically trimming my YouTube subscriptions list. It feels awesome. Ooh, I hope I'm still there. No, all kidding aside. Yeah, John, it was nice chatting with you today, by the way. I've only been promising you for a couple of months. Glad I finally was able to get you. Alex says UK is good, lands day off, so made the most of it. Very good, very good. Gary Carpenter says the Spice Girls and Harry Styles are boycotting the King's coronation. I think everyone is. You know, well, I don't want to get started with the royal family, but yeah, they are certainly having a tough time, aren't they? Zuplik says, "Why does that matter? You happy, John?" Oh, why does that make you happy, John? I have a lot of subscriptions. I don't think trimming them necessarily makes him happy. I think just streamlining his life. As someone who's dreamed of streamlining his life from time to time, I can certainly understand that. And Denny says, "Oh, he's given us another uh, link this time to House of Alex. And you got to check out. Alex also makes his own short films. They're more humorous than Dennis's, and I refer to them as mirror dramas because there's usually two characters and he plays both of them. What is the? There's a Canadian comedian and actress who does that shtick on her channel, and I can't. Julie Noke, I want to say, but she does that. She'll have like arguments, and one of them is supposed to be her alter ego, who is always drunk and seems a bit more American, but that's just me. Emily Miller is here and says, "Hey y'all, hi Em, so great to see you." A lot of people saying hello to Emily as well. They should. Dennis says, "Wow, thank you for the shout out, Thrash. I feel extremely included in this live chat. We always do our best. It's always nice to welcome a new friend, as though this is family." Thank you. And it is. Also, I subscribed a number of days ago. Oh, welcome to the channel. Friend of channel, I should say, as a subscriber. Thank you. Loving the content. Thanks. Have you checked out? In addition to my comedy bits, this whole channel actually started as a sort of homage to vintage sci-fi and horror. I'd be honored if you check out some of those older posts where I talk about old horror literature and film, if you were so inclined. Let's just see here. I just jumped off the page again. And here we are. Karen Lee Maloney says, "Hello, new guest. Sorry I missed your name. Up fixing dinner." Dennis. Emily says, "Happy to have you with us, Dennis." Dennis says, "Hey, Lance, and thank you, Emily." And Dan has given us a link to his new channel. Better luck with this one, huh, boss? Good luck. A lot of people having fellowship. Lance says, "Emily, on the 12th, I will be on with Tug, Ian, and Thresh." You sure will. Yes, on Sunday, March 12th, Tug is having another one of his live chats. And in addition to myself, he's also having Lance and Ian C. And we're going to have um, a grand old time talking about, oh my gosh, all I could think of is TV Dads, but that was the last one. Lance, please, in the comment section, remind everyone what, what the upcoming topic is. I've had so many guest spots, I'm starting to blend them all together. And let's see, Gary Cameron says, "My birthday is next week, Saturday, the big 2-9, huh, Gary? Good. Good luck and happy birthday." Brian says, "Danny, I sub to your new channel." That's a spirit, Brian. And again, if you haven't subbed to Brian's channel, please do. Oh, and Lynn's also pointed out it's at 1 p.m. Is that 1 p.m. Thrash time or 1 p.m. your time? Or even on the same timetable? Well, I'm Eastern Standard. I think it's noon his time. I think he's Central time. But I'm not 100. We always work it out. We always work it out. Um, I'll be dropping some more reminders long before the 12th. Pardon me. Oh, Emma Melissa, she'll be at work. Well, you can always catch it at the rewatch. Sean says to Lance Chafin, "Is that on Sunstrom's stream?" Say that 5 times fast. No, this is Tug, the apologetic geek, on his channel. I'm certain if we ask Danny nicely, he'll give us a link to Tug's channel. Oh, although can he? Tug's not here. Well, we'll figure something out. Danny Skaten says, "Be sure to leave a comment on a video and I'll sub out everyone who joins." That's the spirit. Let's just see. A lot of people having fellowship. Darrell Johnson is in the house, although he just jumped off the screen. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's saying hi to Caroline there, and Alex, and gee, pretty much everyone. I'm going to get to your first comment. Oh, there you go. To me specifically. So now I know I'm back where I'm supposed to be. Emma Miller says, "Thrash, you're getting pretty good with that southern accent." Oh, gee, thanks so much. I should have told you, my dad lives in Raleigh, and my brother and sister, well, they talk much better than I do. But this is how I talk when I'm trying to make fun of them. But thank you, Emily. It's very kind of you. It's a lot better than my Australian accent, that's for sure. And skipping ahead, John Doe. We had a guy from Australia here last time, didn't we? Which is probably why he's not back. John Doe says, "Hello, Thrash. Hopefully, I got the problem worked out. But if you don't hear from me, uh, I shut my end wound." Well, again, keep me posted. By the way, you got the email. Send me an email, and we'll just let me know how things are working out. Zuplex said something and I lost him. I'm just going to skip back really quick to see if I can find Zuplex because it's usually something important, usually. And there we go. And oh, did he retract? I hate it when he does that. 'Cause I spent all day looking for a comment. It's not there anymore. Um, Ironically, you know what it was? He said, "Thrash, did you forget something?" Apparently, I forgot to read his comment. Well, if you think of it, please remind me because I can't seem to find it. Oh, Liz Chafin says, Sean, it's on Tug Stream. Uh, Alex says, big fan of wrestling, Danny Staten. So looking forward to checking out your new channel. Sean, and this is Gary Carpenter. Happy early birthday, just in case I don't get another chance. I've got a birthday coming up too. Cheers to a fellow Pisces. Oh, actually, here it is. Zublik says, why so much horror T-Pawns? I told you that story. When I was a little kid, before my parents got divorced, so we're going back a solid 50 years here. My earliest, now my father worked very long hours when I was a kid. Probably a good thing. But he was always home on Saturday mornings, sometimes nursing a hangover, but he was always home. And my earliest memories, pleasant memories with my dad is he would get up while I was watching cartoons. He'd watch cartoons with me while I was finishing my breakfast. And then after cartoons, Creature Feature came on, and they would show these old schlock horror movies, mild stuff, But it was stuff that he grew up watching when he was a kid. He had 8 brothers and sisters, so going to cheap matinees was a big fun for him. And we would watch these scary movies together. And if we were very lucky, my mom would make her peanut butter chocolate chip cookies. And we would eat cookies till we got sick and watch old horror movies. And it was a lot of fun. And I think that's what started me on my interest in studying horror films academically, science fiction too, because, well, let's face facts, there's a lot of crossover. But for those of you who haven't heard that story at least 80 times, we'll default to number 80. Let's just see what else we got on here. Oh, thank you, Danny. You just put another link up. Good. Gary Carpenter says Thrasher, Nancy Kovac, and I share the same birthday. No kidding. That is so cool. It's always nice when someone cool has the same birthday you do. I share a birthday with Robert Redford, and this will really blow your mind. My favorite science fiction author of all time, I've only made about 8 posts of him in my channel, is Brian Wilson Aldiss. He and I share the same birthday. Oh, and for you fellow Bay Staters out there, Dennis Leary. Worcester represent. Dennis Leary and I have the same birthday. He's just 10 years older than me. I used to joke when he was having breakfast on his 10th birthday, I was being born. But Gary, that's very, very cool. Emily Miller says Superplex because horror is freaking awesome. Sean says Lance Chafin, we'll try to tune in, looking forward to it. But a face-to-face, put a face to a name. So sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Every time this jumps, I lose a letter or two here and there. I jumped again, but I'm determined to go back. Wow, I really jumped. Here we are. Gary Carpenter says turn back time on Saturday. Oh, that's right. Lance Chafin says it's 80s action movies. Thank you. I knew it was something 80s movies. Alex says I've made a video inspired the chat about the UK on the last live chat. I'm sure you will. That is too cool. I can't wait to see it. I hope we didn't say anything offensive. It was all in good fun, but I can't wait to see your first video. Teb says, which popular sitcom premiered, that's all, folks, premiered 25 years ago do you really like the most? That 70s show, Will and Grace, or King of Queens? I would have to go with Will and Grace. I just thought the humor in that one was very, very, very punchy. Never really watched King of Queens that much. It wasn't that I didn't like them. I think it was on against something else I watched. And that 70s show I watched from time to time, but it for some reason again never really clicked with me. Oh, Alex says he'll upload it tomorrow. Lynn says, "Yes, Sean, I have a face for radio." Emma Miller says, "70 show for her." Darrell says, "You getting ready for work, Alex?" Oh yeah, you were getting ready for work last time. Mike and Kathy are here. Will and Grace, great minds think alike. Alex says, "No, Daryl, day off. Just stayed up to watch the live chat. Thank you so much." Oh, and Mike and Kathy again. So glad you could make it. And a lot of people having fellowship. And Dave Cloney says, "Thrash, any snow your way today?" No, no, we had snow a couple of days ago. It was that big, heavy, wet snow. I learned this trick where I take my snow blower and blow the snow off my car because it's a Pilot, Honda Pilot. I can't reach the top, so it's way easier to scrape the car off with the snow blower. But with that heavy, wet stuff that the snow blower barely got. But I managed. It's been unseasonably warm lately, so all we got is rain. Emily Miller says Raleigh is totally different accent than the foothills. Not to me. I'm sure to you it sounds totally different, but to me it's all south. Tom says squeeze like a pig. Ew. Alex says I like the 70s show. Terrell. Gary Carpenter says DC we had rain. Sean says have fun on the stream. We certainly will. Emily Miller says Dave apparently Cali is getting more snow than we are here in NC. Yeah, I talked to My Flock is Everywhere, Sarah, and it's been snowing for like 2 days. It's like something they've never seen before. Tom Lemony says, "Danny, what's the new channel?" Darrell says, "Hit that like button, folks." What he said. Sublik says, "Can't we find our jollies without having to witness the guts ripped out by the living dead?" It's so funny you mentioned that short film I was telling you about, Tiny Friends. There is, and I don't want to give away anything about it. There is shockingly little violence in it. It is a psychological thriller. Very little violence. No one even gets a paper cut, and that'll be way more amusing when you see the video. So, Superlex, do me a favor, check out Tiny Friends, then get back to me. John Collins says, "I'll explain. It's because by trimming subs, you won't become inundated. Channels you barely watch once. Additionally, it helps you better hear from the YouTube creators which you enjoy more strongly." I am honored. Karen Lee says, "I have to leave for a few. I'll try and be right back." Karen, you do what you need to do. We'll be here. Take care of yourself. Keeping the home fires burning, as the saying goes. Danny Skin says, "BRB." I'm going to skip. I'm going to try to skip through. When I get to the bottom, by the way, I'm going to present the trivia game. So let's just see. Emily Miller says, "Gary, I couldn't agree more." Dave Clooney says 6 inches of snow here. Wow, 6 inches of snow, dude. I'm wicked sorry. What state are you in again? You've only told me like 4 times, but tell me again, please. Danny says, "Sadly, Daily Dan's The Good Stuff was taken down by GoofTube copyright strikes." The Good Stuff was taken down? Are you nuts? That's horrible. I'm beside myself. Tom says, "Living Dead from the beginning." Daryl says, "I'm done with snow." Gary Carpenter says, "DC, let it stay there." Sorry, Dave. Zublik says, "California needs water in whatever form it comes." You were so right. Not too long ago, Sarah was actually having wildfires. Oh, thank you, Dan, for giving us a new blog. Big Guys 45 says, "I'm here." Big Guys, so good to see you. Great to have you with us. Emil Mo says, "My first night of food delivery is tomorrow night. We're expecting strong storms." Oh, Miss M. Wish you all the luck in the world. We'll be pulling for you. I've done that myself, actually, by the way. Good luck. John Bernstein is in the house. Water is against the law in California. Well, it never rains in Southern California. Dave Clooney says, Daddy, what is the new wrestling channel? Zublik says, so it was daddy issues. John McJunkin, hey, what's good to see you? Says, what's up? John McJunkin, welcome back, by the way. Very glad you could join us again. And we were just about to start the trivia game, but so far we're talking about a vintage horror and sci-fi. A new guest, Dennis Sema, has a channel where he does horror documentaries and produces his own short horror films. And I was extolling his work. Emily Miller says, Zublex, I'm shocked at how much Cali is suffering drought with all the rain they've recently had. I know it's crazy, right? Mike and Cassie says, I'll send Cali a bottle of water. People keep talking about Cali. I think they mean the goddess. Well, I'm going back to Cali. Man, I don't think so. I'm going back to Cali. I'm sorry, that song's stuck in my head now. I'm almost caught up, but I am gonna go through these because I know there were some important ones here. I thought I was almost caught up. Apparently, not even close. But holy cow! You guys are really on your game tonight. There's a lot of comments, but I'm gonna try to catch up. Zuplik says, "Good luck, Emily. I hope the tips are worth it, as do I." Gary Carpenter says, Thrasher, Nancy Kovac, and I have the same birthday. I thought I read that one already. Well, I'll read it again. Big Ass 45 says, hey, Mike and Kathy. Don't remember you? They're here all the time. Shannon says, best wishes to Emily. Gary Garber says, Les Manelli the next day. Dennis Summer says, Robert Redford, you share the same birthday with Death from the Twilight Zone. Great way to look at it. Episodes Nothing in the Dark. Again, not that he didn't make another great body of work apart from that, but you must know what a huge, huge, huge T-Zone fan I am. Emily Miller says, thank you, Zuplex. So far, they've been decent, except for Sunday. I'm going to try to skip through some of these. Hungry Jerk says, any topics tonight? Yes, but I won't discuss that until I do the trivia game, because the last time I gave you the topic before the trivia game, you guys guessed half the trivia questions in the comment section before I could read it. So hold that thought, Tom. Jim Murdoch says birthday coincidences are always cool. My wife Ella shares her birthday with Adam West. Oh, that is so cool. We are all Adam West fans here. Pure West. Tom says anything. You can submit anything, but I do have a topic. Give me just 1 second to get to the bottom. Teb says, I have a fun topic idea for you. How about sitcoms of the 90s? We can include that. Hold that thought. John McJunkin says, I share the same birthday with Al Finkelstedt. He was famous for playing TV show tunes with rubber bands. Never got any Grammys, but he was entertaining. I'm going to have to take your word for it. Lance Japhon says Retro Nerd Girl is doing a watch party Saturday 5 p.m. with the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. She certainly is. John Bernstein says work done in your life. Gary Gabriel says Sean, those are good movies. Alex says 90s sitcoms would be great. Terrell, I grew up on them in the UK. Yeah, you got them in the 2000s. Jenny Steen has given us another link this time to Big Guys 45. Yes, check out Big Guys 45. He has some amazing content. If you like old vintage music, great stuff. Tom says, I love Harryhausen movies. Don't we all? Gary Gabriel says, I really love Jack the Giant Killer. That one was amazing. Wasn't it the one that was filmed in that sort of like rotoscope or what it was called? Tom Lemley says, I share birthday with sports guy Stephen A. Smith. Don't know if that's is good or bad. There's no bad birthday shares unless you have to share your birthday with somebody. My cousin and I were born a few days apart, so we always had to have one big birthday instead of having two separate birthdays in the summer. Didn't always be equitable. Zublik says, were there a lot of American shows on British TV House? Retro Serial is here. Ian C. So good to see you. He says, hey everyone. Mike and Kathy says, not really watching any current shows. There's really not much on these days. A lot of people saying hello to Ian. Number one dude is free and with us. Thrash Pondo Pons, great to see you, Thrash. Dude, it is so nice to see you. It's been a while. It's been too long. So glad you could make it. Oh, and tell Dave from Dave's commercial channel. I'm sorry I haven't been there in months. I stopped doing the overnight job, so I'm usually asleep when his show goes on. But tell him I haven't forgotten about him, please. Gary Carter says message retracted. The message retracted to you. I think I'm almost caught up. Tom Lemmy says there were 17 likes and 22 in the chat. No need to hold back. Hit the like button. I'm just going to skip down because I know I'm almost there. Dave Clooney says Thrash, I'm in Maine. Yes, I know you've told me that several times. I promise I'll remember from now on, or I'll try to remember. I'll remember to make a note of it. John Bernstein says my birthday is too close to Christmas. Oh, my grandmother went through the same thing. Tom Lemmy says Emily Vincent was great as Egghead. He was on Hollywood Squares. He certainly was. Was on Family Feud with other Batman cast members. I don't remember the feud, but I believe you. Alex says not a horror as such, but I went and saw Cocaine Bear today. My wife wants me to take her to see that. I enjoyed it, although I forgot the schools here are on strike, so it's full of kids. Most ended up getting kicked out for being under 15. Wow, they're almost as lame as America. I thought only Americans actually kick kids out of theaters. John Collins says, don't worry, Bob and Ian. All the regulars are still on my list. Happy days are here again. Thank you. Dos Gimp. Scott. Oh my God, Dos Gimp says, hey, Lance, Zoop, Emily, Gary, Dos Gimp. Scott, it's so good to see you. You did an outstanding job, by the way, on Tug's Hollywood Dads show. That thing went on for 2.5 hours. I don't know how you guys did it. I didn't even, it just kind of flew by. I just had to look at the clock. I'm like, oh my God. But you guys did amazing. You should be very proud. We got to do a collab sometime. You and I, we did a collab on something. We'll talk about it. Emily says Vincent was great in everything. He certainly was. Alex says, yeah, loads of American shows. The UK's are Plex. Oh, Dan's giving us another link. John McJunkin says, Lance, no doubt Vincent was the voice and made you know that something bad was about to happen. Oh, like in the Thriller video? Definitely, definitely. Does give Hey Thrash. Gary Cameron says Vincent Price was in The Raven. I loved his Corman flicks. They were amazing. Tom the Hungry Jerk says Vincent Price was in the Brady Bunch. I love that. That was like the 3 or 4 parter where they went to Hawaii and he played the crazy guy who was looking for the idols. I remember that. And he actually put a lot of effort to that. He really was going for an Emmy when he did that. I was very, very proud of him because it was kind of a silly part. But you know what, guys? I'm more or less caught up, and I'm going to spring it on you because I have my trivia game, which I promised you. The questions are almost answerable. Please, everyone, join in. If you haven't done this before, I do it a little more casually than most trivia games, but you'll see when we go. Someone asked me the other day what they thought the best film adaptation of a novel was. And of course, I right at the gate said The Last Valley. Baked Beans said The Green Mile. Someone said something that I was ashamed I didn't think of right at the gate because one of my favorite films of all time, To Kill a Mockingbird. So I'm like, we could get a lot of really good mileage out of this. So I want to talk about tonight your favorite films that are based on movies, even if you haven't read the book. I mean, we haven't read all the books that we've seen the movies to, or if you've seen read the book and never seen the movie but always intended to, or there's actually a couple of them. There was a novel, they turned it into a movie, and then they made a novelization of the film. You want to get really complicated, and yes, they have done that. But while you guys are mulling all that over, I'm going to give you 10 quiz questions, and all of them are based on top selling or much appreciated or good films that have been based on very good books of some kind. And as always, I shall read them to you in no particular order. Number 10, and I tried to make them gettable. Number 10, what was the name of the special candy in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? Yes, Roy Dahl masterpiece, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Family. What was the name of the special candy that was being produced by Wonka? Oh, number one dude says Wonka bar. I'm going to accept that, but there is another candy that wasn't a Wonka bar that was really special and indicative of the plot. And Jim Murdoch, one of our new guests, he got it. Yes, the everlasting gobstopper, which has opened the floodgates because now everyone is saying gobstoppers. And yes, you are correct. But I'm also accepting Wonka bar because that was a special candy in it. That's how he got the golden ticket. And John McJunkin says the Raven. Yes, I don't get any better with Price, Karloff, and Laurie. I just wanted to read that in because it's an excellent comment. I'm sure I'm missing a few, but bear with me because it's contest time. Next question, number 9. I have a theme here, not for the whole, but I found another one. What was the name of the special candy invented in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? Yes, in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the patriarch invents a special candy that becomes germane to the plot. Number one dude says Spoonful of Sugar. Great song, but not quite. Gary Cumberland, I'm allergic to dark chocolate. Someone else I know is, Emily got it. Toot Sweet. Yes, yes. Toot Sweet, Toot Sweet. See if anyone, there was one other. Oh, a lot of people are getting it. Yes, pat yourselves on the back. In the book, they were called crackpots. Just a little trivia there. If anyone had said crackpot, I would have accepted that as well. But yes, toot sweets. So far so good. Now we're gonna get into more grown-up movies, I guess you'd say. I decided to start with a couple of kids' films. It sounded fun, stuff we'd all seen as a kid, and now we shall move up. Now to you fans of Tug, you will get this out the gate, even if you've never seen any of the adaptations. What should you never, ever, 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 never do in Invasion of the Body Snatchers? In the novel or any of the multiple versions of theatrical films based on Invasion of the Body Snatchers, what do you never, ever, 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 you guys already got it. Yes. Emily and Sean were almost immediate. Daryl right behind. Sleep. Yes. Never, ever, ever go to sleep because that's when they get you. They get you. That's when they get you. Very good. Very good. You guys are on your game tonight. Okay. Question number 7. In the novel, within the novel, in Misery, what is the hero's name? Yes. What is the name of the hero in the novel series, franchise, whatever you want to call it, that is written in Misery? James Caan is the actor who played the guy who wrote it. You're on the right track, but no, number one dude. But thank you. That's good. Tom says, I knew that too. Shutnina says, points finger at Emily and screams like a pawn person. You mean like, I can't. There's people sleeping in my house, but that was going. Oh, yes. A lot of you were mentioning Paul Sheldon. No, he's the author of the book franchise, who is the hero that he wrote about. And I saw Sean Ennis says Misery. You're almost there. A lot of you getting are getting Misery. Misery what? What was Misery's last name. Oh, Mike Silva's here. Well, you guys are mulling that over. I want to say hi to Mike Silva. Mike Silva just watched the first 2 episodes of the 13th season of MST3K, episode 1, season 13. Great riffing, good host segments. Episode 2, if season 13 gets host segments, good riffing. Mike, I'm so glad you could make it, and you know what a great MST3 TK fan I am. I will definitely check it out. Forget Miss Something. Well, we had to get there sooner or later. Oh, John says, Bub, did you get my text about El Cuerno Western Front? Yes, I didn't can't to do anything with it because I was doing the show, but Misery Kane? Does that ring a bell? Yes, Misery Kane. Question 6. Oh, wait. Teb says, Misery Chastain. Oh dear, did I? If I flubbed one, I thought it was Kane. But if I flub one, I did that before. Remember, I got a wrong answer, and it was either Teb or Tom that actually caught me. Well, in that case, if I'm wrong, everyone gets that point. That's the rule. If I make a mistake, you guys all get the point. Oh, and Mike says he's enjoying season 13, and Darrell Johnson says some woman, and you know what? Again, I'm going to accept it because I made an oops a days. Emily Miller says, had to Google, it was Chastain. I made a mistake. I don't know where I got Kane. Well, it rhymes with Chastain, at least the way I'm pronouncing it. But moving forward, so yeah, but everyone gets that point. That is the bingo hole on the card. Number 6. Oh, for you Cormac McCarthy fans out there, what treat does the man find for his son in The Road? Yes, in one of the most depressing novels, and you know what a fan of post-apocalyptic literature I am. In one of the most depressing novels ever written. And in a film adaptation, which is almost as depressing, they had to sand the book down for the movie. They leave a couple scenes out for the movie because they were just like, ugh. But yes, in The Road, what treat does the man find for his son? John Junkin says a possum. No, but good guess. Number dude says figs. Tom Lemery says that's 2 points for me. Tom says, Mike, you watched 1 through 12. Oh, the MST3K, I'm sure he has. Emily Miller says, is The Road the name of the movie? Yes. Cormac McCarthy says The Road. Oh my God. And you're looking it up, aren't you? Cheater. Scott says chocolate. Well, we had a chocolate theme earlier, but no. Shannon says, never saw the movie. Very depressing. It was canned fruit or something they found in a bomb shelter. Oh, they did. They did find canned fruit in a bomb shelter. I'll be more specific. They break into something that looks like an abandoned, decaying, decrepit Walmart. And Emily, they do find gold coins, but that's not a treat. They're gold cougarants, whatever they call them, in a boat, and he doesn't give them to the kid as a treat. A lot of people are saying chocolate. Oh, Zublik says yogurt. Georgia Years is here. Georgia Arez is here. Georgia, I don't know why I call you Arez. Anyway, Georgia Arez is here. It's so great to see you, Georgia. I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. We're about halfway through the trivia game, and I'm about to elaborate on this one. In Cormac McCarthy's The Road and the theatrical adaptation of it, and oh dear, bots, battle elephants attack. We have one of these like nasty creepazoids attacking us. Please delete with all speed. Oh, this is a nasty one. Thank you for deleting. Delete the whole person, by the way, because his name in and of itself is disgusting and offensive. And I'm sure this clown will be back because they always are. And anyway, moving forward, it is something broken out of a soda machine. You know the deal. If you guys are having trouble, I will give you a hint. So he breaks the man breaks something out of a soda machine to give as a treat to his son. What is it? And let me know if somebody can send this troll bot, out of the chat section. Emily Miller got it. Coca-Cola. Yes, he finds a can of Coca-Cola. Sublik says new Coke. That's probably what caused the end of civilization as we know it. But it was a can of Coca-Cola. I can't make all of them easy, can I, guys? Oh, Ted got Coke as well. Lance Chafin got him, guys. You're the man, Lance. Thank you very, very much. Oh, Emily says wild guess. Well, you got it. Pat is here. The Golden Ridge of TV says, yo, friends, and hi to you too. So great to see you. And oh, look, I knew he was going to do it. The clown, he probably queued up all these alter egos. You know what's funny? I was just talking. It's been so long since I've had to cope with these mental midgets. I negatively jinxed myself, and now they're back. Anyway, I'm not even going to read your name out loud, but bye. And come back in as many incarnations as you want to, demon. We're gonna boot you. Yeah, I went there. I don't know. Tug is in the house. Says, hey Zoops. Tug, so glad to see you. The Unapologetic Geek, obviously. Danny, a link to Mr. The Unapologetic Geek. And by the way, you missed, and I'm gonna just not to spike the ball. In my trivia game, it's going to be movies based on novels, and you missed the one on Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I won't repeat the question, but it's got something to do with sleep, whether you should or shouldn't. And John McJunkin says, my parents found a half-eaten sandwich on the side of the road, which my brother and I split on our way to Grandma's house, tuna fish or liver, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, cool story. I hope you didn't eat the damn thing. Oh, and look who's back. Our friend who has a really bizarre channel names, huh? Well, hello and goodbye. Moving forward. Number 5. Here we are. Number 5. Paul Lynde portrayed what major character in the animated film adaptation of A Charlotte's Web? In the animated version of Charlotte's Web, Paul Lynde played what important character? Lance got it. See if anyone else gets it. Oh, Emily Miller even got him by name. It was Templeton the Rat, the one who finds the words that Charlotte needs to weave to make the pig one tremendous, lovable, humble thingamajig of a pig. I used to know them all. Wilbur the pig, yes. And moving forward. Oh, and speaking of pigs, what was the name of the demonic pig in the Amityville Horror? And please don't say Wilbur. We moved on from that one. I shall repeat the question. What was the name of the demonic pig that appeared in the horror film, The Amityville Horror? Porky. Oh, Tux has no idea. Gary Carpenter says Agnes Moorehead was the goose. Oh, yes, in Charlotte's Web, yes. Sean Ennis says Napoleon. Good guess, but wrong. That was Animal Farm. Ooh, Mike and Kathy. Joe, you are so close. Give me one more syllable and you got it. I'll give you guys another minute to see if anyone else gets it. Oh, Pat says Sledgehammer. Love it. John Junkin says Emily. Okay, it's a personal message, and Emily Miller goes on to get the question right and says Jody. Yes, Jody was the name of the pig in the Amityville Horror. Oh, Mike, and Kathy, you were kidding when you said Joe? Oh, no, it was Joe D. That's kind of clever or funny or serendipitous. Okay, Bozo the Clown says, who's this bum? I would keep an eye on our friend Bozo. Who's this? Oh, just some clown we picked up. Oh, yep, there we go. Thank you, guys. Can do this all night, friend. Number three, To Kill a Mockingbird. Who was Scout's best friend? I shall repeat the question. An iconic piece of cinema history based on the novel To Kill a Mockingbird. What was the name of Scout's best friend? Uh, Gary Gummer says, name the pig on Green Acres. That was Arnold. And Melissa's no idea about this answer. Oh, Pat says, Robert Duvall. Really? And Teb says, boo. You know what? I'm going to accept Boo Radley because he certainly, well, spoiler alert, he certainly is a great friend to her. But there's one more answer I'm looking for. But if anybody who says Boo Radley, I'm going to give it to him. But she had a friend, let's just say, was closer to her in age. And what was that friend's name? Gary Capper doesn't ever seen the movie. I'll give you a hall pass. Darrell says, who in the hell is Scout? Scout is the main character to Kill a Mockingbird. Her brother's name is Jeb, and they're brother and sister of Atticus Finch, who is sort of the person that everything kind of falls around in To Kill a Mockingbird. Ninth grade English class, guys. It's okay. It's okay. I didn't read it either. Lance Javen says, Thrash, get rid of my wrench, please. Really? Why? You've been doing a heck of a job tonight. No, guys, tell Lance he's been on top of it. No, you've done an outstanding job. If you don't want to use the wrench, you don't have to use it. But don't make me take it back. You've done great tonight. You've more than earned that wrench this evening. I'm just skipping. Who else got? Here we go. Ted got it. Dill. Yes, Dill was the kid who used to stay there in their town summers. He used to visit them on summers and was one of their best friends. Moving forward, question 2. And I'm sure you guys will get this because you know what? I've asked this question before during earlier trivia games. According to Jaws, what famous naval disaster did Quint supposedly survive? Yes, in the film Jaws, there was a very famous World War II maritime disaster, which Quint supposedly survived. Which is it? Let's just see. Oh, Gary Garbner says dill pickle. Shannon says the sinking of the Arizona. Ooh, good guess. But Jim Murdoch got it. The Indianapolis. Yes, the boat which brought the atomic bomb to Tinian Island. Yes. Oh, Zuplex got it as well. Pat got it as well. Oh, lots of you guys got it. Sean got it. Okay, super. Das Kim said Hiroshima. That wasn't a maritime disaster, but you're thinking. I love it. Oh yeah, a lot of people got the Indianapolis. Very good, very good. Oh, and I have one question remaining. In Jurassic Park, everyone's going, ooh, goody. In the film Jurassic Park, what trick did the scientists use to fill in the gaps in the missing dinosaur DNA? Yes, in the film Jurassic Park, scientists used a special trick to fill in gaps in dinosaur DNA when reconstituting them. And wow, it seems like everyone's got it. Yes, frogs, the DNA from frogs. Now, most of you got many of those questions, so my tests are at least getting more fair. I mean, my first couple, people were just like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Yes, a lot of you people got it, and I very proud of you, very proud of you. And so yeah, we still have a few minutes left, by the way. So just while I have you on, we were talking, of course, about favorite movies that have been adapted from novels. Anyone? Oh, Suplex says this was fun, tongue in cheek. Trey Chic. Tug says, we appreciate you, Lance. We certainly do. Yeah, Lance, you've been all on top of it tonight, by the way. Whoever that clown is, literally, you've been booting him out. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Lance. Lance says, bye, guys. See you all next time. I'm a little angry right now. Lance, don't be angry. Come on, man. Tonight, if you feel the need to go, I understand. We'll see you next time. And definitely see you on Tug's live show. I'm trying to catch up here. Oh, Scott with a biggie of Mice and Men. I love that one. I love that one with Burgess Meredith and Lon Chaney Jr. Gary Carpenter, Wizard of Oz, great one. Daryl John says Jaws. John McJunkin says the T-Rex learned to play Parcheesi by the scientist. However, he was horrible at playing Operation. Yeah, I can imagine with it. Tom says Jurassic Park. Philo Billow to read the book, then see the movie. Will do. Zublik says from here to eternity. I don't think I ever read the book. My friend did. He loved it, but that's a good one. Mike and Kathy said something. Oh, Jack Ryan by Tom Clancy. The whole franchise. Tom says, I'm sorry you feel that way, Lance. You are the best at the wrench. I'm just a helper. Very kind of you, Tom. Emily Lewis says, better to be pissed off than pissed on. Oh, John Collins said, A Christmas Story. That's a nice one. A lot of people saying Jaws. A lot of people saying goodnight to Lance. Stand By Me. Oh, yeah, Stephen King. And a lot of people like Stand By Me. That's a good one. That's a good one. And oh, Dominic, who snuck in. Dominic, when did you get here? Good to see you, by the way. We're just kind of wrapping things up, but I'm glad you could make it at the end. And you brought up an excellent one. Godfather is a good one. Very, very good one. Let's just see. Scott said, Howard the Duck. Oh, I forgot. It was a comic book back in the 80s before it was a feature film. I was picturing a novelization of Howard the Duck, but you know what? I'm going to count it. Yes, because Howard the Duck was based on literature. You got me on that one. Jim Marnick says, Hi, Tug. Nice to meet you. John McJunkin says, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I love that movie. Would you believe I have the sequel with John Astin and George Clooney? Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. Tom says, You can't read Latin, Bob. I can barely read English. Number one dude said The Outsiders. I loved those books when I was in high school, middle school. Actually, I started middle school. I read them in high school too, but I started even earlier. Daryl John says she was in Better Off Dead. She's so cute. Oh, yes. I know her. Yeah. Let's just see. I'm skipping down. Tug says, I'm being ignored. You? Ignored? You're our cheerleader. I'm sorry if you think we're ignoring you. Did I miss one of your comments? I'm actually going to skip back. We said good choice. You said The Godfather. Oh, L.A. Confidential. Never read it, but I'll take your word for it. Okay. I think we've caught up. Sorry if you felt ignored. I had a lot of people all kind of commenting at once. Number one dude said National Lampoon Vacation. I didn't know that was based on a book. Oh, that's right. It was based on. Yes. Okay. I'd completely forgotten that. Oh, Pat says she played the princess in Bill and Ted. I did not know that. John Burnton says that was too much work. I'm sorry. Oh, Tug is another good one. Logan's Run. And Sean Innes says, I met Michael Crichton once, gave him crap because I share my name with one of his characters from Rising Sun. It was not a nice character, so I joked about being defamed. Just kidding, though. That's a great story. And I'm skipping down. Tug said the 13th Warrior. I am so glad you mentioned that one because everybody knows Michael Crichton did Jurassic Park, but he also wrote The Eaters of the Dead, which is what the 13th Warrior was based on. And the book is so much better than the movie. The movie did try, but it missed something. Teb says Dune 2022 did the book justice, unlike the 1985 David Lynch adaptation, which was a big flop. I kind of like that one though. I thought it had a certain amount of um, flair. Pat says, "Sorry, Em, I might need to cheat on you." uh, let's just see. What time is it, guys? Oh, Tug says Planet of the Apes, which of course is based on Monkey Planet by Pierre Boulez. Very good. And trying to see. Oh, and Lance is still here, by the way. He says, Pat, I'm on Tug's stream on the 12th. Lance, I'm so glad you decided to stay. Thanks, brother. And John Burton said The Postman is a much better book than a movie. I certainly believe that. I didn't read the book, but I take your word for it. Duskim says D. And D to you, dog. Jungle Junkin says Gary Carpenter is a Southern Buddhist parishioner. I resent that remark. Terribly sorry. Oh, Scott says Frankenstein. I can't believe you haven't thought of more classics. Gary Carpenter says Beast from 20,000 Fathoms is based on a poem. The Foghorn was a poem? How did I not recall that? Well, I'll take your word for it. You haven't steered me wrong yet. Teb says correction. It's Dune 2021, not 2022. I think the 80s one wasn't the 80s one 84, not 85, but I don't want to split hairs here. Book says Breakfast of Champions was much better as a book than a movie. I don't recall. I honestly I don't think I saw the movie. Sean, and this brings up a good point. The thing was based on something like Who Goes There? Yes, it's called Who Goes There by who wrote that one? Campbell, John C. Campbell, I want to say. Yeah, we'll go with that. John C. Campbell. And just The Shining, definitely. Let's just see. Oh, someone was great in The Bodyguard, but I can't see who, because I've already lost that comment. But I'm sure he was great in The Bodyguard. Oh, yes, of course. Oh, and Tug confirms it was Campbell. Thank you. And Gary Cameron says, JM, you better. Lynn Chapin says, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Very good. Oh, and Big Guys 45 says, follow me on TikTok. Sparks Dude 82. Karen Lee Maloney says, great live. Thanks for the fun. Karen Lee, thank you so much for joining us, by the way. In fact, we should probably think about wrapping things up now. But I just want to thank all you guys for showing up tonight. It was absolutely great. I hope you guys enjoyed the trivia game. I don't call it a contest because there's nothing to win. So I have to plead no contest. But I'll keep them coming, and hopefully we'll hit that just proper mark of challenging without being next to impossible. But I want to thank all you guys for being here, and I hope you had a good night. Apart from I know the troll bots kind of bring the whole energy down, and I apologize. I thought we took care of them very, very, very well, and we should all be very, very, very proud. Oh, Dennis Sema says, excellent live stream. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you, Dennis. John McJunkin says, never was. Oh, it just jumped. I'm sorry. Never was upset, Gary. It was just a joke. Okay, good. I'll in good fun here. Teb says good night, and good night to you. Number one dude says Thrash Bonapons, thanks Thrash, and thanks to you. Tug says good night all. I'll catch up on replay. Please do. Gary Carver says it's been a hoot tonight. Thank you, Gary. It was great having you here with us tonight. Danny Staten says good night, and good night to you, Danny. Emily Miller says What's for dinner tonight, Pat? Always a good question. Daryl John says, "Is this it? We're done. We done?" Yeah, we're kind of gonna wrap things up here tonight, Daryl. But again, hope you guys all had a really good time. It was really great having you guys here tonight. Mike Kelly said, had a great time. Alex says, night guys. Zuplik says, did you know Dr. Strangelove is based on a movie entitled Red Alert? Has anyone read that novel? I haven't read Red Alert, but I believe you. John McJunkin says, see a big guy. Mike Sylvia says, okay, Pawns, have a good night. Mike, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Lance Chafin says, hello, Jenny, come play with us forever and forever. Dominic D says, thanks, Bob. Have a great night, everyone. Tom says, Pawns, what's up with Wizards? Soon, Mesame, soon. Emily Miller says, trivia was fun, didn't die. You did great tonight, Emily. You did great. It was very nice having you with us tonight, as always. John McJunkin says, good night, everyone. John Burnson says, that way I try nothing to win. Jim Murdoch says, thanks, Thrash and everyone. Jim, thank you so much for joining us. Dan's giving us another link. Lynn says, bye, guys. Shannon says, Windy, give me the bat. Daryl John says, I guess I'll make some popcorn. Cheese popcorn. You take the cheese packet out of a mac and cheese and just sprinkle it in. And Das Gibbs says, I love you all. So great to connect with you all. Scott, it was great having you. We love you too, by the way, buddy. Take care. Be good. Be careful. See you real soon. Tug says it's always hot when you're here, Emily. Oh, that's sweet. And let's just see. And I think I've caught up with the goodbyes. Oh, but what do you do with the mac? Oh, you put butter on the mac and have buttered noodles. It's an exchange program. Oh, Daryl says just butter with a dash of salt. Oh, and Zuplik says good luck on the restaurant reopening T-Pawns. Thank you very much. And guys, I want to thank you all for coming out tonight, by the way. All for stopping by. It was a lot of fun. It's always fun with you guys. Be good, be safe, be careful. I'm looking forward to seeing you all again very, 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 very soon. Peace.